I want to ask you this. As you've battled leukemia on and off for over a decade, and speaking more so to the people at home that are dealing with their own health battles, what did you learn most about yourself and about life during this long ordeal?
You know, that it's okay to lean on people. It's okay to accept that support. You know, for the longest time, I felt like I was on an island. I felt, you know, very insecure, and I didn't know how everyone would react. And especially being, you know, a public figure, a performer, I never wanted anyone to think like that I was trying to make this benefit my performance or my career or, you know, what have you. So I just felt, you know, I wanted people to respect me for the work that I put in and the performer that I am, but sometimes, you know, life throws a wrench at you and it's not exactly how you plan. And it put me at a crossroads to where I had to figure out if I wanted to continue to keep this secret of mine or if I was able to, you know, tell my story and be able to connect with those who might be able to lean on it and use it as an inspiration.
It's interesting. Stuart Scott said the same thing about leaning on people. And we had you back in the day on Sports Nation, and no one would have guessed the way you carried yourself. How did you pull that off, going through that in private, painful physically, emotionally, and then putting on that face in public?
It's just something that I guess, you know, as a young man, I just learned how to compartmentalize, you know, stuff and different emotions. And I just always, you know, prided myself on still being able to live my life. And I thought that was kind of, you know, the route I wanted to go down. And, you know, I you know, still to this day, I really wanted people to respect the work and the time that I put into my craft and you know, the way I educated myself towards my trade. You know, I put everything into sports entertainment and learning how to, you know, lead this life. But, you know, as I said before, you know, sometimes things just happen, you know, unexpectedly and not the way you plan, and you just have to kind of adjust and feel it on the fly. And it was one of the better things I've ever done with my life, and I think it's given me new purpose. And, you know, I'm still able to do all the things that I love and compete and you know, create, and I have a deep passion for, you know, storytelling, but it has also given me a different purpose as far as the people I connect with and, you know, the outreach that we have and the platform and the awareness. So, you know, if my story can help one person, then I think it was worth sharing.
You played college, you know, you're in college football at Georgia Tech. You had a stint in the NFL. You went to the CFL as well. Now you're with the WWE. Obviously, you're an elite athlete. Can you talk about, real specifically about how the world of sports has helped you in terms of embracing these challenges and battling the way that you have battled? Because a lot of times we see professional athletes and we don't really understand the level of intestinal fortitude that you've got to have to do the things that you have done on the elite level, that you have done that. Can you speak to how much that helped you in your battles?
You know, I think a lot of the disciplines that I learned through athletics and sports and competition have helped me. You know, obviously it's helped me a great way as far as staying in shape and maintaining, you know, a certain degree of health and from a physical standpoint. You know, and for me to just continue to do that, I think, you know, even with the adversity that hit me, I think it's cool for people to see that you can, you know, even though you get knocked down, that people still do pick themselves up, dust themselves off. And by no means are these situations, you know, to be prepared for, but being within, you know, the fraternity of athletics, it helped me to have, you know, opportunities and, you know, the amenities of, you know, physicals, doctors, medical teams, blood tests. So I think, you know, the big thing about my story is early detection and staying on top of that game. And that way, you know, you can find yourself, even if something, you know, happens as far as, you know, a condition, an illness, a disease, the quicker we know, the quicker we can take action. And that's something that's really helped me, is the fact that I played football, the fact that I had, you know, blood tests, physicals. We were able to catch, you know, my form of leukemia in the chronic phase, the early stages, and we were able to do something. So, you know, people are often scared to go to the hospital. They're often scared to see doctors and to know exactly what's going on. And, you know, we have to get past that fear, and we have to push each other to make sure that everything is okay. And sometimes you have to get a blood count, a blood test, a lab, in order to truly know these things. And I'm very fortunate for that.
Of course, and face it and fight it head on. People are also scared to tell their story. So I know that's a difficult decision to do, and I applaud you for doing that. I I want to switch gears here, though, because I hear you're a big Lakers fan, as is Max to my left. What is the deal?
Speaking of overcoming suffering.
Right, you guys
Yeah, right.
basically have the exact same record last year as you do this season with LeBron James on your team. Who are you putting the blame on for this season?
It's a team game. You know, you have to put it on everybody. I firmly believe in a full organization. That's what makes, you know, the success is that culture, and it goes all the way from, you know, the guys in the cubicles to the guys that lace up the basketball shoes. So, you know, LeBron has been so good over the years that the statement has been, if LeBron's on your team, you're going to the finals. And that's a huge responsibility, and sometimes it's not fair to him, you know, and he's had an unbelievable career, but it's time that everybody around him steps up. You know, he's not a spring chicken, he's not a young man anymore. He's been doing it for a long time, grinding for many years. So I think, you know, everyone has to kind of step up and step up to his level, but I think it goes on the team.
Where is LeBron, according to you, right now, Roman?
I think LeBron's, you know, he's LeBron James, you know what I mean? He's going to be in the elite no matter who's in the league, no matter, you know, what generation is coming up. I would definitely want to say, you know, has to still be, if not number one, top three for sure in the conversation. But you can't look past what he's done.
Are you worried at all that the combination of LeBron James and Magic Johnson will not be able to get somebody else to come to LA?
I hope that's not the case. I hope they look at the competition, the competitors that these men are. These are two men that want to win at the highest level. You know, they have a killer instinct when it comes to winning competition. So I would think, you know, with that type of name power, with that type of history and the legacy of both of those gentlemen, hopefully a young up and coming superstar would think, maybe this is a good place to win.